Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
10 mythical places that really exist. Okay, so I bet when you were a kid you thought Hogwarts was real. Just admit it. You sometimes sit under the broom closet waiting for Professor Dumbledore or Hagrid to come whisk you away to the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Yeah, I've been there too, wishing that some of the mythical places we read about in fairy tales were more than just fantasies. Except Mordor, man. That place is scary. But you'd be surprised to find that some of these places actually exist or closely resemble a place here on Earth. Think we're pulling your leg? Let's take a look at 10 earthy places that are carbon copies of fairy tale lands. Number 10, the ODYSSEY'S Cyclops Riviera, Sicily, Italy. Okay, so I snoozed through history class and the only Homer I know of is in The Simpsons. But if you paid any attention back in high school, you must have heard of the Greek poet Homer. He wrote the ancient poem, The Odyssey, which traces the adventures of one Odysseus after his epic participation in the Trojan War. The guy was fueled for adventure. I mean, even after surviving one of the most badass wars of his time, he still goes on to battle a six-headed sea monster named Scylla and a Cyclops. So the place where the battle with the Cyclops happens is known as the Cyclops Riviera, and it extends from Catania to Ossoreal along the eastern coast of Sicily. The place is truly gorgeous, and it's hard to believe that Cyclops once roamed this place just waiting to devour travelers along its path. Then again, the Odyssey is a mythical poem. But hey, if you're an ancient world fanatic, then this is just the place to go for your next vacation. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9, site of the Trojan War, Troy, Turkey. Oh, thought we were done with Homer? Here's another of his epic Greek poems that probably had you scratching your head in a history exam. It's called the Iliad, and it recounts the devastating 10-year Trojan War between the Achaeans and the city of Troy. Oh, yeah, I watched the movie. Brad Pitt was pretty insane in this one, especially how he took out that big guy at the beginning. So, the war actually broke out when one of the princesses of Troy kidnapped Helen, the daughter of Zeus. Odysseus is the one who came up with a clever plan to use a fabled wooden Trojan horse to penetrate the massive walls of Troy and lay siege to the city. The things we do for love. Anyways, for years most historians believed that the Trojan War was a myth. But in the late 1800s, archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann discovered what was believed to be the remnants of Troy in the northwest coast of Turkey. Today, the ruins are labeled a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Number 8, Shangri-La, Himalayan Mountains, Tibet. I want my Shangri-La, you want your Shangri-La, we all want our Shangri-La. Get what I'm saying? If not, then you better open a dictionary because the term Shangri-La is actually a synonym for a remote paradise. The term Shangri-La was first used in modern literature in the 1993 novel Lost Horizon, written by James Hilton. It actually talks about a fictional utopia located high up in the Tibetan Himalayas, where the people were so enlightened that they lived out their entire days in peace and wonder. I think there's another place like that closer to home. It's called Alaska. But on a serious note, there is a beautiful community along the China-Tibet River that holds a group of Buddhist monks known as the Kingdom of Shambhala. Perhaps this could be the people that Hilton speaks about in the novel? We'll never know. Number 7, King Arthur's Camelot, Cornwall, England. As one of England's most famous mythical stories, legend goes that King Arthur was the British leader who led his Knights of the Round Table to defeat the Saxon invaders that terrorized England around the 5th or 6th century. The legend goes that Arthur was crowned the King of Camelot after he pulled a magical sword, Excalibur, from a stone. Only the true destined King of Britain could accomplish such a feat. While the story might be a little far-fetched, turns out that Arthur was actually a real person that lived in Shropshire. In fact, one archaeologist did a little digging in the area around Wroxeter. they discovered the remains of what is believed to be the ancient castle and city of the famous King Arthur of Camelot. Number 6. Loch Ness, Highlands, Scotland. This is no doubt Scotland's most infamous myth, and it gives conspiracy theorists a field day. Honestly, they love to play around with it. The Loch Ness Monster is believed to reside in a 23-mile-long, 600-foot-deep water body known as the Loch Ness. The first alleged sighting of the creature, nicknamed Nessie, was first done on film in 1934 by a London doctor. Since then, there have been numerous sightings and hoaxes popping up all over the internet, but the actual truth of the mystery remains unsolved. The actual location of this glacier-carved lake, the Loch Ness, is right next to Scotland's Urquhart Castle, a medieval fortress. While it might be difficult to catch a glimpse of the elusive Nessie, there are plenty of souvenirs of the creature found here. Number 5. PELE'S, Hawaii, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, Hilo, Hawaii. If you thought that Pele was just a cute myth originating from the island of Hawaii, then think again. She is the goddess of the volcano, and she is very real to Hawaiian natives. According to locals in the area, every fiery eruption is believed to be the goddess's fiery molten body making its way across the land. But that's not all, the legend gets a little spookier. It's believed that anyone who removes a piece of rock from the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park suffers the wrath of Pele by having a lifetime of bad luck, often causing the offender to either throw the rock away or return it back to the park. So, long story short, don't go picking rocks up in the park, will ya? Number 4. El Dorado, Bogota, Colombia. The mere mention of El Dorado would make any person go insane thinking about getting rich from the fabled mythical city with endless treasures. Legend has it that this city of wealth is located deep in the thick, unforgiving South American jungle. However, there's more to this myth than what I bet you've heard. Actually, a whole lot more. Folks, y'all were lied to. The legend is actually tied to a sunken treasure located in a Colombian lake. According to the story, a Muisca tribal chief would occasionally worship the goddess of water, and he loved to cover himself with gold dust before loading a raft with unfathomable gold treasures and heading downstream to dive into the lake with all the offerings. The lake in question is Lake Guatavita, which is considered the sacred El Dorado ceremonial site. Number 3. XANADU, Inner Mongolia. This XANADU isn't the famous home of Oracle founder Larry Ellis or the 80s musical bit that had Olivia Newton-John in roller skates. We're talking about the XANADU, a location in the famous poem Kubla Khan, written by English poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge. From the poem, Coleridge reveals that the XANADU was the summer capital of Kublai Khan's Yuan dynasty in 1264. The XANADU was located in what is now believed to be Inner Mongolia, about 220 miles north of Beijing. The capital was abandoned around 1430, and the ruins are now listed as a World Heritage Site as it contains remains of the city's canal, tombs, palaces, and temple. And now we've come to the best pick of the day. Have you ever wished you could live in an actual dollhouse? Well, you can check out some pretty neat dollhouses in Disneyland, California. Better to live your childhood fantasies out now than later, right? Number 2. Mount Olympus, Greece. For thousands of years, Mount Olympus has been the setting for many Greek myths. It is also the home to popular ancient Greek gods, such as Zeus, Athena, and Apollo. According to Homer, the classic Greek poet, the gods reside in the mountain's mysterious folds. They love to meet at Pantheon, a place which is known today as Mythical, where an angry Zeus would unleash his powerful wrath. For millennia, there have been frequent storms around the mountain which have mesmerized onlookers and tourists alike. Today, Mount Olympus is a protected sanctuary for rare plants, birds, and animals in Greece. Number 1. Robin Hood's Sherwood Forest, Nottinghamshire, England. There have been thousands of novels, plays, ballads, and movies that have been written on the fearless, noble outlaw Robin Hood. He steals from the rich and gives to the poor. While the accounts vary from one legend to another, there is an agreement that Robin Hood was an extremely skilled archer who robbed nobles together with his merry gang along the Sherwood Forest path. The Sherwood Forest was once a royal hunting forest, but is now a 450-acre national reserve, and it holds some of Europe's most ancient trees. It is also the location that was believed to be Robin Hood's hideout. In fact, the forest is home to Major Oak, a hollow, giant twisted tree that is believed to be more than 800 years old. With that said, we've come to the end of the video. Which of these mythical places would you like to visit on your next vacation? Let us know in the comment section down below. Want more videos that would probably still exist until the end of time? Click on any of the videos you see on the screen. As always, thanks for watching.